It's 3:14 a.m. You're awake again, not because of a sound, not because of a dream, just awake and a little tired of it. You stare at the ceiling, you shift your pillow, you do the math. If I fall asleep now, I'll still get 4 hours, then 3, then 2. You're not in pain, you're not exactly anxious, but something inside feels unsettled, unclear, unfinished. Sound familiar? If you're a woman over 60, you're not the only one. Every night, millions of women wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., and no one talks about what it really feels like. That moment in the dark when you wonder, why now? What's wrong with me? Why won't my body just rest? But what if this wasn't a problem to fix, but a message to receive? Because waking up at this hour might not be random. It might not just be hormones, or stress, or your bladder. It might be your body asking you to pause, to breathe, to listen. In this video, we'll show you 5 gentle, natural things you can do when you wake up during these quiet hours. Not to force sleep, but to reconnect with your breath, your body, your peace. And tip number 4, almost no one talks about it, but it might be exactly what your nervous system has been waiting for. So before you scroll or turn on the light, stay with us. You're not alone, and you're not broken. And if you've felt this moment before, just type 3 a.m. in the comments, so someone else knows. They're not alone either. Let's begin. You've just seen how science, morals, and tradition each offer a different lens, but what happens in the moment when it's 3 a.m. and you're wide awake? Let's begin there. Because the truth is, the one thing almost all of us try first is the one that makes things worse. Waking up at 3 a.m., it might not be random. There's something happening to millions of older women every single night. It's quiet, it's invisible, but it's changing the way they feel, physically, emotionally, even spiritually. You might know exactly what I mean. You wake up, it's dark, still. You reach for the clock, 3:12 a.m., again, and you lie there thinking, why now? Why me? What's wrong with me? You're not alone, and you're not imagining it. Waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. isn't just an annoying sleep pattern. It can be your body's way of asking you to listen. See, at this stage of life, your body and mind are more connected than ever. And the truth is, these early morning wake-ups often carry deeper messages. Messages we've been too busy to notice or too tired to explore. But here's the good news. You don't need medication. You don't need to panic. You just need a few small shifts. In this video, we'll walk you through 5 powerful things to do when you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Simple, natural steps that can transform your nights into moments of healing, clarity, and calm. Especially tip number 4. Almost nobody talks about it, yet it could be the one thing that finally helps you sleep peacefully again. But before we dive in, take a moment. Think back to the last time you woke up at 3 a.m. It wasn't just your bladder. It wasn't just the temperature. There was something else. A feeling, a thought, a memory. Maybe it was grief. Maybe it was stress. Maybe it was your body saying, please, take care of me differently now. You've lived decades. You've raised families, worked hard, given so much to others. Now it's your turn to listen, to restore, to sleep deeply, not just because you're tired, but because you deserve rest that heals you from the inside out. So don't reach for your phone. Don't start scrolling. Stay with us instead. Together, let's turn this 3 a.m. moment into something beautiful. Let's walk through the 5 essential steps your body and soul have been quietly asking for. Let's help you reclaim your night and your peace. Ready? Let's begin. Why you wake up at 3 a.m., the science, the morals, and the wisdom of old traditions. Let us ask you something simple, dear friend. When you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m., not 1 a.m., not 6 a.m., but always in that quiet window, have you ever wondered, why does it always happen around this time? It might feel random, but it's not. From what we've seen and lived, your life is often shaped by 3 perspectives: the scientific view, the moral or values-based view, and the wisdom passed down through tradition or spirituality. If you look at your experience through only one of these lenses, it might feel incomplete. But when you bring them together, you begin to understand yourself in a deeper, fuller way. The scientific view: your body is sending a message. From a medical perspective, there are several reasons your body might wake up around 3 a.m. A spike in cortisol, your stress hormone, low blood sugar, especially if you skip dinner or haven't eaten enough protein, light sleep stages, which happen more frequently as we age. side effects of common medications such as diuretics or blood pressure pills. So yes, science can explain how it happens, but it doesn't always explain why it keeps happening, especially on the nights when your heart feels heavy. And sometimes you don't just need more data, you need direction. The moral view: your inner voice may be whispering. If you've been carrying tension in your heart, maybe an unspoken regret, a strained relationship, or something you're avoiding, 3 a.m. is often the hour when your inner self gently speaks up. Waking up at this time isn't always a physical issue. Sometimes it's an invitation to look inward, just for a moment. It's like life is nudging you softly, saying, "Before the world wakes up, how are you really doing?" When we pause to listen, without judgment, we begin to notice small truths we've been too busy to face during the day. The traditional wisdom, what our elders always knew in traditional Chinese medicine, 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. is connected to the lungs, which are tied to grief, sorrow, and emotional release. Many elders call this the spirit hour, the time when your heart and soul are most open. And in folk wisdom passed down through generations, this time of night has always carried a deeper weight. It's not about superstition or fear, it's simply another way of listening, another form of healing. So what can you do when this happens? What helps most is blending all three views. Scientific: check your evening routine, hydration, and medications. Moral: reflect, forgive, and name the emotion without running from it. Spiritual: breathe, write, pray, or simply sit in stillness and notice what rises. We once met a man named Frank, 74 years old. He used to wake up at 4 a.m. feeling frustrated, restless, and unsure why. One day, he decided to keep a small notebook by his bed. Each morning when he woke up, he wrote down 3 simple things. His first feeling, one thing he was grateful for, one thing he wanted to release. Within 2 weeks, something shifted. He still woke up, but now he felt clearer, less burdened, more grounded, and surprisingly, he began falling back asleep more easily too. Coming up next, now that you understand why this happens, we'll walk through exactly what to do the next time you wake up in the middle of the night. Starting with the one thing you should never do, trying to force yourself back to sleep. But before we move on, can we ask you something personal? When it comes to making sense of your health and emotions, do you trust science the most? Do you lean into your values and life experience? Or do you find meaning in spiritual or traditional wisdom? Whichever path speaks to you, we'd love to hear it. Feel free to share in the comments. Which perspective do you relate to the most? Scientific, moral, or traditional? Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear tonight. Now that your body is more at ease, let's turn inward. Because sometimes it's not your back or your bladder keeping you up. It's something softer, quieter, a feeling you haven't had time to name. You've just seen how science, morals, and tradition each offer a different lens. But what happens in the moment when it's 3 a.m. and you're wide awake? Let's begin there. Because the truth is, the one thing almost all of us try first is the one that makes things worse. Tip 1. Don't force sleep. Do this instead. Let's imagine a familiar moment. You wake up. It's dark. You reach for the clock. 3:17 a.m. Your first thought? Oh no, not again. You start doing the math. If I fall asleep now, I can still get 4 hours. 5 minutes later, okay, maybe 3. Then the spiral begins. You lie still, tense, trying hard to fall back asleep. But here's the truth. The harder you try, the more awake you become. That's not just frustrating, it's biological. When you force yourself to sleep, your brain interprets the pressure as stress. Your body releases cortisol, your stress hormone, and cortisol does one thing very well: it keeps you alert. That's why lying in bed, tossing and turning, can make things worse. So what should you do instead? Breathe, sit up, get present. First, shift your position. Sit upright in bed or place your feet on the floor. Take 5 slow breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Each breath tells your nervous system, you're safe, you're calm, you're not in danger. This isn't about fixing anything. It's about being with what is, without resistance. Next, scan your environment gently. Is your pillow too flat? Are your sheets twisted? Is the room too warm or too cold? Many older adults don't realize that small discomforts, a stiff neck, cold feet, even dry air, can trigger micro-stress signals that wake you up. We once met Alice, 70 years old. She used to wake up every night and blame herself. I thought it was just old age, she said. But once she adjusted her sleep setup, added a second pillow, turned off her heater, kept a light throw blanket near her bed, she didn't just fall back asleep faster. She stopped feeling like she was broken. Because she wasn't, and neither are you. Your body is speaking, not failing, not malfunctioning, just speaking, softly. And if we can learn to listen with kindness, we stop fighting sleep and we start inviting it back in. Coming up next, now that your body is calm, let's help your mind settle too. Because one of the biggest reasons we stay awake isn't physical at all, it's emotional. In the next part, we'll explore what to do when you wake up feeling anxious, sad, or full of thoughts you can't seem to quiet down. And before we move on, have you ever tried this? Sitting up, breathing, making peace with the moment? Did it help? We'd love to hear your experience. Feel free to share in the comments. You never know, your quiet story may become someone else's turning point. Now that your body is more at ease, let's turn inward. Because sometimes it's not your back or your bladder keeping you up. It's something softer, quieter, a feeling you haven't had time to name. Tip 2. What to do when you wake up with emotions. The gentle check-in. Sometimes it's not your body that wakes you up. It's something quieter, something deeper. You open your eyes and there's no noise, no pain, no need to use the bathroom, but your heart feels full or tight or maybe just unsettled. You may not know why, but your body does, and so does your mind. From 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., according to traditional Chinese medicine, the energy of your lungs is at its peak, and the lungs, they say, are the seat of grief, sadness, and emotional processing. That means this early morning window isn't just a time of stillness. It's a time when your unspoken emotions rise gently to the surface. That small ache in your chest, the memory of someone you miss, the thing you said yesterday and wish you hadn't, they often show up now, when it's quiet enough for you to hear them. But don't run from it. Don't judge it. And above all, don't try to fix it right away. Instead, we invite you to do something simple, powerful, and healing. Check in. Here's how. Step 1. Name what you feel. Not perfectly, not poetically, just truthfully. You can whisper it, or write it, or simply think it. I feel sad. I feel anxious. I don't know what I feel, but I feel something. That's enough. Step 2. Write down 3 things. Keep a small notebook near your bed. When you wake up with an emotion, try writing. 1. What's on my mind right now? 2. What's one thing I can let go of, just for tonight? 3. What's one kind thing I can say to myself? This practice might sound small, but studies show that naming and writing down emotions helps your brain process them, rather than spinning in loops. It gives shape to what feels blurry. It gives your heart a sense of being heard. And when your emotions feel seen, they don't have to shout anymore. We met a woman named Maria, 76. She told us she often woke up with this tightness in her chest. Not pain, just tension. At first, she ignored it. Then she judged it. Then she started writing. Within a few weeks, that 3 a.m. tightness became softer. She still woke up sometimes, but now she knew what to do. And that changed everything. Coming up next, now that you know how to listen inward, let's talk about something equally important. Movement. In the next part, we'll explore why lying still can make things worse, and how a few gentle stretches can help your body reset for rest. But before we go, have you ever woken up with a feeling you couldn't name? Something heavy? Something unresolved? You're not alone. If this part spoke to you, would you share your experience below? Just one sentence. It might bring comfort to someone reading at 3 a.m. tonight. Tip 3. Move, but keep it gentle. Resetting the body without waking the brain. When you wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning, you might think the best thing to do is stay very still and hope sleep comes back. That sounds simple, but for many older adults, lying still actually makes things worse. Why? Because after hours of not moving, your muscles can become tight, your back might feel stiff, your legs may start to feel restless, and that tension, though small, can be enough to keep you awake. But here's the good news. You don't need to get out of bed. You don't need to stretch like a yoga teacher. You just need to send your body a gentle signal that says, it's okay, you can rest again. Here's a simple routine you can try, right from your bed. 1-minute sleep reset. 1. Neck rolls. Gently roll your head in a circle. Slowly, one way, then the other. 2. Shoulder shrugs. Lift your shoulders toward your ears. Hold for 3 seconds, then let them drop. 3. Forward. Fold. Sit on the edge of your bed and bend forward gently. Let your arms hang. Feel the stretch in your back. 4. Leg shakeout. Lie back and shake your legs softly for 10 to 15 seconds. Not too fast, just enough to release tension. While doing these movements, breathe slowly. In through your nose, out through your mouth. If your hands or feet feel cold, try rubbing them together gently. That helps improve blood flow and brings a sense of warmth and comfort. Still feeling uneasy? Try this. Sit up and write down a few thoughts. Just grab a piece of paper or notebook by your bed. Write the first thing that comes to mind. It could be, I feel tight in my chest. I had a strange dream. I'm thinking about mom. You don't need to fix it. Just write it. Getting it out of your head and onto paper can help your mind settle down. And finally, pour yourself a small glass of warm water. No sugar, no cold ice, just warm, plain water. It tells your body, you are safe, you are supported, you can let go now. Coming up next, now that your body is more relaxed, let's help your mind relax too. In the next part, we'll explore how sound, when chosen carefully, can guide your brain back into rest and calm. Your body has moved, your breath has deepened, the tension has started to melt, but your mind? It's still awake, still solving, still remembering. So now, let's give your thoughts a soft place to land through sound. Tip 4. How sound can soothe the brain. From noise to calm. You've stretched, you've breathed, you even wrote a few thoughts down or sipped warm water, but your mind is still awake. Thoughts keep coming. You remember things from yesterday. You worry about tomorrow. You try to stay calm, but your brain won't stop talking. This is more common than you think. And here's something most people don't realize. When your body is still, your brain often gets louder. But you don't have to fight your thoughts. You can guide them gently toward rest. One of the most powerful tools to do this is sound. But not just any sound. You need sound that soothes, not stimulates. Let's explore 3 kinds of sounds that can help your brain relax and return to sleep. 1. Pink noise. You may have heard of white noise, but pink noise is softer. Think gentle rain, wind through trees, ocean waves. Studies show pink noise helps improve sleep quality and memory. You can search pink noise for sleep on YouTube or in sleep apps. Keep the volume low, just enough to mask background sounds. 2. Guided sleep meditations. These are recordings with calm, slow voices. They guide you through breathing, body awareness, or gentle visualizations. Look for meditations called body scan or sleep relaxation. Choose ones that last 5 to 10 minutes. Enough to calm you, not enough to wake you up more. 3. Audiobooks with soft voices. Sometimes a slow story can help you drift off. The key is choosing something you've already read or don't care too much about. Avoid dramatic plots or action scenes. Think nature essays, old poetry, gentle stories with no loud surprises. Let the voice carry you, like a quiet bedtime story. What to avoid? Don't scroll on your phone. The blue light wakes your brain. Don't watch news, videos, or anything with changing volume. And don't choose music that has lyrics that make you think more. We once met Miss Lillian, 80 years old. She told us she listens to a recording of bird song mixed with gentle piano every night. It's like my brain says thank you, she smiled. It stops trying and starts floating. Coming up next, now that you've calmed your body and your brain, let's pull it all together so that your 3 a.m. wake-ups can become a gift, not a burden. In the next part, we'll share how to turn these quiet hours into a healing ritual instead of a restless routine. And before we go, do you have a favorite sound that helps you fall asleep? A memory from childhood? A soft voice? A certain kind of music? We'd love to hear about it in the comments. Sometimes the smallest things make the biggest difference. Tip 5. Turning 3 a.m. into a healing ritual, not a restless routine. By now, you've done more than most people ever think to do at 3 a.m. You didn't panic. You didn't fight your body. You didn't fill the quiet with more noise. Instead, you paused. You breathed. You moved with kindness. You listened. And maybe for the first time in a long time, you felt something different. Not fear, not frustration, but space. Space to feel. Space to release. Space to be. This is the moment we invite you to take one small step further. To turn these early morning wake-ups into something intentional, into something meaningful, into a ritual. We don't mean candles and music and long to-do lists. We mean this, a tiny, repeatable act that brings you back to yourself. It could be lighting a soft lamp and drinking a warm cup of tea. It could be sitting with your notebook and writing one word, still. It could be placing your hand on your heart and whispering, I'm here. When we repeat small acts with presence, they begin to change the way we see ourselves. What once felt like a problem becomes a moment of presence. Mr. Daniel, 81 years old, shared something beautiful with us. He said, I used to hate waking up in the middle of the night. Now I call it my quiet visit with life. I don't check the time anymore. I just sit, breathe, and thank the part of me that's still paying attention. That's what a ritual does. It transforms ordinary time into sacred time. You don't need to do it perfectly. You don't need to do it every night. But even one night, just one, where you greet your body with kindness, your thoughts with compassion, and your heart with space, that can shift everything. Coming up next part, we'll talk about something most people never consider. How what you eat before bed might be waking you up, and we'll show you how to gently support your body through small changes in nutrition. But before we go, what's one small thing you could do the next time you wake at 3 a.m. that would feel like an act of care? Write it down. Even if it's just one word. That's how rituals begin. That can shift everything. And if right now, as you're listening, your heart feels open, your body feels soft, and you're not in a rush to fall asleep, maybe this is the perfect moment to simply sit and let someone guide you home to yourself. We've created a short, gentle, guided meditation just for moments like this. You don't need to sit cross-legged. You don't need to empty your mind. You just need to listen. Let the voice, the pauses, and the silence be a friend beside you. When you're ready, find a comfortable place to sit. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath slow down. And when you feel the moment is right, click here to begin. Quiet Presence, a 5-minute meditation for 3 a.m. Let it be soft. Let it be simple. Let it be enough. Quiet Presence, a 5-minute meditation for 3 a.m. Hi there. If you're here, it means you're awake, and that's okay. You don't need to fall asleep right now. You don't need to fix anything. Let's just sit here together for a few moments. Place your hands gently on your lap. Close your eyes if you'd like, or simply soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly breathe out through your mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your jaw relax. Feel your back sink a little deeper into support. There is nothing you need to do right now. Just breathe. If thoughts come, let them pass like clouds. You don't need to chase them. You don't need to push them away. If a feeling comes up, sadness, worry, even stillness, just notice it. You might quietly say in your mind, this is what I feel, and that's okay. Everything you feel right now is part of being human. You are not broken. You are simply present, and that is enough. Bring your attention to your body. Start with your feet. Feel them resting. Move up to your legs, your belly, your chest, your neck, your face. No need to change anything. Just notice what is. This is your body. This is your breath. And you are here, safe, still, held by the quiet. Now take one more breath and imagine a soft light around you. Maybe it's warm, maybe it's cool, but it feels like peace. Let that light wrap around you gently, like a blanket, like a whisper, like a quiet friend beside you. You are not alone. You are not behind. You are simply awake and aware. And that is sacred. When you're ready, place your hand on your heart. Feel its rhythm, still beating, still here. Whisper to yourself, I'm here with me, and let that be enough. That's what a ritual does. It transforms ordinary time into sacred time. You don't need to do it perfectly. You don't need to do it every night, but even one night, just one, where you greet your body with kindness, your thoughts with compassion, and your heart with space, that can shift everything. And maybe, just maybe, you don't need to go back to sleep right away. You can simply be with this quiet moment, not rushing, not resisting, just resting in presence. If you feel ready, we've prepared something gentle for you, a short 5-minute meditation, just for these quiet 3 a.m. hours. It's not to make you sleep, it's to help you feel safe while awake. You don't need to sit in any special way. You don't need to empty your mind. Just sit and let the voice guide you, like a friend keeping you company in the dark. When you're ready, click here, Quiet Presence, a meditation for when you wake too early. Let it be soft, let it be simple, let it be enough. Coming up next. In the next part, we'll talk about something most people never consider, how what you eat before bed might be waking you up, and we'll show you how to gently support your body through small mindful choices in the evening. But before we go, what's one small thing you could do the next time you wake at 3 a.m. that would feel like an act of care? Write it down, even if it's just one word. That's how rituals begin. You've just gifted yourself a quiet moment of stillness, and maybe your heart feels softer, your body feels safer, your mind quieter. Now let's take one step further, back in time to before you ever closed your eyes. Because what you eat before bed might be shaping how you sleep at 3 a.m. Your nighttime nutrition, what to eat or avoid before sleep. You've calmed your body, you've quieted your mind, you've even turned 3 a.m. into a soft, healing space. But what if the reason you keep waking up started before you ever closed your eyes? Let's talk about food, because what you eat in the evening and when you eat it can quietly decide how well you sleep through the night. Many older adults don't realize that your digestion changes with age. Your body processes food more slowly. Your blood sugar is more sensitive. Your hydration levels shift more easily. And all of that affects your sleep. Now, there are different opinions in the health world about when and how much to eat at night. Some experts suggest avoiding food 1 to 2 hours before bedtime, especially heavy or rich meals. Why? Because your digestive system slows down at night, and a full stomach can keep your body working when it should be resting. Others believe a light evening snack can actually help stabilize blood sugar and prevent middle-of-the-night wake-ups. So what's the goal here? It's not about strict rules or choosing one right answer. It's about listening to your own body and supporting it with care. Here are 3 gentle guidelines to try. 1. Avoid heavy meals late at night. If your dinner is high in fat, fried, or meat-heavy, your stomach may be too busy to let the rest of you wind down. Instead, eat earlier and choose something warm, light, and easy to digest. Steamed vegetables, cooked rice or oats, sweet potato soup. Think calm, cozy, not heavy. 2. Don't go to bed hungry either. If you eat too little or skip dinner, your blood sugar might drop in the middle of the night. That can trigger cortisol, your stress hormone, and cause you to wake up suddenly. Try a small snack about an hour before bed. Half a banana with almond butter, a few whole grain crackers with hummus, warm milk with cinnamon. 3. Hydrate gently. Yes, many people wake up dehydrated, dry mouth, restless legs, even headaches. But drinking too much water right before bed might mean midnight bathroom trips. The solution? Hydrate through the day and sip something warm and simple in the evening, like chamomile tea or warm water with a slice of ginger. We met Mr. David, 78, who used to wake up twice a night. He thought it was just part of aging. But when he began eating lighter, earlier, and more mindfully, he started sleeping through the night more often. Coming up next, in our final part, we'll bring everything together. You've learned the tools. Now let's talk about what it truly means to feel safe, seen, and supported during those quiet early hours. And before we go, what's your usual dinner like? Have you noticed any connection between your meals and your sleep? Feel free to share, because sometimes one small change on your plate can create a big shift in your night. You've tended to your habits, you've adjusted your meals, your evenings, your rest. But what about the one voice that never leaves you? Let's go there now, into the quietest part of the night, where the way you speak to yourself becomes your greatest medicine. The voice inside, how self-talk affects your health, energy, and hope. You've stretched, you've breathed, you've changed what you eat, you've listened to the quiet. But now it's time to ask something deeper. What do you say to yourself when no one else is around? Not out loud, but inside. At 3 a.m., when the house is silent. When you're lying there awake, is your voice kind or is it harsh? Because here's something most people never tell us. The words we speak to ourselves shape our health more than we think. Science agrees. Studies in both psychology and medicine show that negative self-talk increases cortisol, weakens the immune system, and slows healing. Meanwhile, positive, compassionate self-talk can improve sleep, lower blood pressure, and even ease chronic pain. But we're not talking about fake positivity, not pretending, not forcing a smile. We're talking about gentle truth. Instead of, I'm broken. I can't handle this. Why am I like this? Try, I'm having a hard night, but I'm here. I'm listening to what I need. I'm learning to be kind to myself. The brain listens, the body listens, and slowly, something shifts. We met Miss Helen, 82. She told us she used to wake up and feel ashamed for being weak, until one day she whispered to herself, I may be older, but I'm still learning how to love myself. That one sentence didn't put her back to sleep, but it gave her peace. And that changed everything. So here's our gentle invitation to you. Next time you wake up in the dark, before you reach for the phone, before you try to fall back asleep, place your hand on your chest, breathe, and say one kind thing to yourself, even if you don't fully believe it yet. And then, if you feel ready, take one more step. Pick up a notebook and begin writing a plan for your new day. What do you want to complete? What time do you want to begin? What time will you let yourself stop and rest? What matters most to your heart today? It doesn't need to be a big list, just one or two things. Simple, honest, true, because your life is still here, and you are still here. Take a moment, place your hand over your heart, and whisper, thank you, I'm alive. I get to try again today. I get to love, to move, to give, and to rest. Closing invitation. This is the end of the video, but maybe it's the beginning of something new. A softer relationship with your body, a deeper friendship with your breath, a more loving way to sit with your own heart. And if this journey meant something to you, share it with a friend, with a family member, or even just with yourself the next time you're awake and the world is asleep. We're here, you're not alone, and your next chapter is still unfolding. Maybe you came to this video just looking for sleep, but what you found was something more. You found your breath, your rhythm, your quiet presence, your voice. And maybe now, at the end of this video, you're not just ready to go back to sleep. You're ready to come back to yourself. Because waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. doesn't always mean something's wrong. Sometimes it means something inside you is still awake, alive, and paying attention. Sometimes the deepest healing doesn't happen in daylight. It happens in the dark when no one is watching, and you choose to stay with yourself anyway. You chose that tonight, and that matters more than you know. So if you take just one thing from this video, let it be this. You are not alone. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply human. And human beings, especially the wise older ones, still deserve quiet rest, love, and new beginnings, even at 3 a.m. If this video spoke to you, please let us know. Leave a comment with just one word about how you're feeling right now. Or share a line from your journal, or a quiet ritual you do when you wake up too early. Because your voice matters, and someone else might read it at 3 a.m. and feel a little less alone. And if you know someone who often wakes up at night, a friend, a parent, a neighbor, send them this video, not as advice, but as a quiet message that says, I see you, I care. Sometimes that's all we need, to know that someone thought of us, even in the dark. And if you'd like more gentle support like this, subscribe to the channel. Not for algorithms, but so we can keep walking this path together. This is Timeless Wisdom, where every quiet hour can become a sacred one.